Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the T-72A. This is a currently rank 6 battle rating 9.3 medium/main battle tank in the Russian Ground Forces tech tree, and is for all intents and purposes one of the most popular tanks in the entire game, and for good reason. This vehicle rules. So if you guys don't know, T-72s are everywhere at top tier, including the T-72A. 9.3 BR, this thing is extremely powerful for it. Not the most maneuverable, but it's got incredibly powerful cannon and pretty decent armor as well, including, of course, composites. Now, I do have the 16mm upper frontal plate here. This is a mod that you can equip, and even though it does weigh it down by a little bit, I have had a very good experience with it insofar as my survivability is concerned. Now, that being said, we're going to get into a few matches, see how well this thing does. Like I said, this is honestly one of my favorite tanks in game. Pretty much since the moment I started playing it, I have loved it, and now that I have it fully spaded, it rules. That said, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. We have our first victim way off there in the distance. Gone, Japard. Whatever Japard means, I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, this thing has the 3BM 42 APF, or 3BM22, my apologies, APF SDS with 425, I can't get my 3s and 4s right, 425 millimeters of armor pen, which at 9.0 BR is fantastic. Now, what isn't fantastic is this reverse speed of only like 4.2 kilometers per hour, I think. I believe it's 4.2, but anyways, points and all that doesn't really matter all too much. The fact of the matter is, it is very, very slow. So, we have ourselves an enemy over there. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't care that he's probably dead already. We can still drop that. Now, one of the great things about this vehicle is that, again, at this BR, it actually has a pretty decent amount of smoke grenades. Ah, look at that. He got right in my way right when somebody actually popped up. With 12 smoke grenades, and of course, ESS, where, again, at this BR, being that thermals can typically see through ESS pretty decently, there's not necessarily a lot of thermals. I mean, heck, this vehicle doesn't have thermals, so let's see. We have an enemy somewhere back there. I'm not entirely sure where. Oh, just hit him. That's going to be a, that's going to hopefully be an assist, I hope. Let's just go fire. Okay. Whatever. Now, one of the... Really, that wasn't an assist? I damaged one of the crew. One of the great things also about this vehicle is going to be its HMG on top, which, even though, in my opinion, it's not as good as the, as a Browning 50 cal, simply just because the 50 cals have higher armor, or higher amounts of ammunition, this is still pretty damn gnarly. Okay, we have an enemy there. I'll go take care of him first. Then, of course, go for this Super AMX. Okay, go for that Term 3, and then we'll go for the AMX. Unless that AMX is already dead. Okay, we might have to go for this guy. No. He's already dead. He will die. There's a lot of death. Oh, boy, I love the survivability on this thing. And also, it's a damn shame that the Type 16 FPS, like, I forget what its APF SDS is, but man, that thing got nerfed into high hell a few months ago. But, I mean, overall, the survivability on this thing is spectacular. In my opinion, one of the most survivable tanks around this BR. I mean, even in up tier, it's fairly survivable. And then you mix in the fact that this thing has, again, the 3BM22, which is just, again, fantastic. Let's go ahead. You know what? I'm going to have to just try to shoot through him like that. Classic style. Then we also have this guy here. I'm going to probably die now. Nope, I got his gunner. Okay, we are still rolling. I don't think... Okay, I don't have all that many spawn points. I was hoping to be closer to a nuke, but I think you get like a nuke after like 12-ish, right? Ooh, I did not know that he had just spawned. I feel bad now. My bad. Sometimes it's easy to get lost in a map, you know what I mean? Like where you guys are pushing, and then you just kind of forget that the enemy base is right there and that you're actually kind of in a way, spawn camping. Anyways, it's time for me to die, I think. Okay, this guy is doing something very favorable to me. Then you have this Begleitpanzer. That's not a Begleitpanzer. Doesn't really matter, does it? Now I'm dead. Okay, let's get ourselves into another match, but not too bad. Again, proving the survivability of this beast. So, I mean, of course, not everything on the T-72A is all sunshine and rainbows, right? Like, I love this thing. However, again, there are some faults to it. So, it only has a 17.2 horsepower per ton power-to-weight ratio. It has an enemy right there, it looks like. That's not good. Ooh. Got him. Okay, very nice. It's... It only has, again, that 17.2 horsepower per ton power-to-weight ratio. When fully spaded, mind you. This thing only has... Ooh, we have another guy. This thing only has... ooh, gotta get that cannon fixed. Or something. Whatever was damaged. It's only got, like, a, right now, 17.2 degree per second traverse, which really isn't all that great. You know, I mean, like, there's a few flaws with this thing. Of course, it doesn't have any ERA, which... I mean, if it did have ERA at 9.3 BR, I would be kind of... Even I would be upset with it, being... Even, like, despite the fact that I'm a T-72 fan. In War Thunder, at least. I mean, in real life, you know, one could argue that they haven't really been as successful as they otherwise would be. However, you know, if nothing else in this game, they've been okay. This guy is just going around. That might have been a bot, not entirely sure. But, I mean, overall, this thing still has fantastic, absolutely fantastic power when it comes to its cannon. It's got just a totally... Look at that. Okay, that's... you know what? I just took out his loader. Let's see. Can I... Okay, he just offed himself. That's always fun. But, I mean, overall, yeah, sure, this thing has some flaws, but in general, like, what major flaws are there? This is like one of those tanks I'd probably rate like a 7 point something or the other. Ah, that sucks. I'd probably rate this like a 7.5 out of 10. Not too bad, but you can again see it's in general survivability. Not too bad. Oh, and one other actually really big problem with this vehicle, but it's not even just this. It's pretty much all Russian MBTs. This thing has such an awful gun lifting drive. Like, at this BR, one would hope that it would be more than, I think, like, what, 3 or 4 degrees per second? It's really, really bad. So when you have a shot where you have to kind of maneuver your gun very quickly, it just doesn't do it. Like, at all. Looks like we have an enemy down there, maybe? No, I'm just seeing... The trees are speaking to me. Okay, we have some enemies down there. Not entirely sure what. Oh, that's a good one. Engine, transmission. He's not going to be able to hit me. That's fine by me. Do not mind that one bit. And I'm actually really shocked we didn't just get that kill. But I know we have someone a bit closer. So, I mean, again... Ah, jeez. What ugliness. One of the great things with, like, you can pretty much do anything you want with this thing, right? Like, you can flank, you can tank, you can plank if you want. You know, I don't know if you guys remember planking. Do you remember planking? We have an enemy over here. It looks like a small boy. Very nice. And the cannon is a little bit damaged. Not too big of a dealio, though. Ooh. Don't you love to see it? When someone just lines up right in front of you. Unlike that leopard that was, like, at a weird angle, man. Like, jeez. He couldn't have had the decency. We have an enemy over here. I smelt him. I heard him. That's why, if you guys have the ability, definitely, and I mean definitely, put on some headphones. Oh, we have another enemy over there. Had another enemy. Very nice. Now, in instances like this, I like to toss some smokes, especially being that we have so many of them. Holy guacamole, we got someone right near. And, it's just not going through. May as well use that. I was like, maybe my HMGs will be able to deal with them, but nope. We do have some more enemies up here. We've gotta, right? Unless they've all died somehow. As though, I guess, dying from cholera is an option in War Thunder. Can you imagine that? Like, you just kind of ford a river and then all of a sudden, like, you lose half your cattle and you die of cholera. Okay. Very nice. That's always a good outcome. We have the autoloader to make up for this, and boom. So I'm going to go on the offensive here a touch. You know, it's one thing to decap, it's another thing to demoralize. Oh, right as I say it. Right as I say it. Not too bad, though. I mean, ultimately, the T-72A, this thing, like, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, by the way, if I haven't already mentioned it, about this vehicle. But I don't know if it's overpowered or just really, really powerful for its BR. I wonder if there's anyone who actually thinks it's underpowered, who thinks it's weak. I mean, I don't think that there's going to be anyone who says that. If there is, they are very limited in number. But, ooh, we have someone over here, it sounds like. Or not. Maybe that was my engine sound reflecting off the wall. I think you can actually do that in this game. Doesn't really matter. Let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested because from all the people who maybe had used it in the past, you know, I mean, like, there's a lot of flaws with it, again. And if, for whatever reason, like, my audio seems disjointed, like, me talking seems a bit disjointed, the reason is because, again, I record all of my audio is live while I play. So, you know, I have to play the game, talk, all that, whatever, simultaneously. It creates more of a live feeling. Very nice. But with that said, I want to know what you guys think about this vehicle. Genuinely. Do you guys think that this thing is really good, bad, something in the middle? I mean, like I said, it's not like it's without flaws, right? And to me, also, just so you guys know, however well I do in this match, if I don't get any more kills, it's fine. Because I've already gotten enough kills in this gameplay. And, you know, you guys deserve to see a real match, too. Not that my matches aren't real, but you guys get the idea. But, do you guys think that this vehicle is, like, way too powerful? Is it really, really good? Is it, you know, something in between? I mean, it's got some major, major flaws. But I think that, at least again... Oh, there we go! I died from a TM2IP. But at least, again, in my opinion, it's not like one of those things like a mouse where it's like got really good armor, really good armament, and a terrible mobility. It's got really good armament, really good armor, and okay mobility? I mean, simply put, this thing is great. And, you know, in my experience thus far playing this thing, and it's been dozens and dozens and dozens of matches, but that's probably my average match. 2 or 3 kills, you know? Which isn't bad. That's not bad, especially considering how aggressively I play. So, that said, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And also, again, what you guys think about the T-72A. But either way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.